Okay. So the subject name is business mathematics. In this, you have 5 units. Okay. Totally, you have 5 chapters. Now, the first chapter is talking about number system, the basic numbers that we are going to deal with. Okay. Every day we deal with numbers. At least a minimum of addition, subtraction, we would be learning, right? So, or we would be using. Now that there are calculators everywhere, so we would be using much of calculators all the time. But still there are much of basics which you're supposed to remember. Fine. So that is why this number system is a very, very easy chapter. Okay. So we are going to start with number system and then we will proceed further. Now in number system, you have the basic types of numbers. Now we would have only seen, as a whole, we would have seen the numbers, that's all. But in that number system also, we have certain types of numbers. And I'm sure everybody would have at least done in your high school HCF and LCM. If you don't remember, no problem. We are going to revise that and do more problems on HCF and LCM. Okay, highest common factor and least common multiple. Okay, so that will be taken care of. Next, so that will be your first chapter, number system. You can expect at least 2 marks and 6 marks questions. So as in when I do the problems, okay, I shall let you know what sort of questions or how much is the marks that may be allotted to the particular chapter and which are the important chapter for you to concentrate. Now, like PUC, you will not have complete blueprint. Okay, in PUC, you would get a blueprint from the PU board saying these are the number of marks allotted. But the same thing does not happen with Bangalore University. So it is, I am going to, go through the question papers, analyze that, and I shall let you know what may be the marks that may be allotted to each chapter. Okay, the major thing, before I continue the syllabus, you're supposed to maintain a 200 pages notebook. Ruled, unruled is up to you. Whichever you're comfortable with, you can go with the book. Okay, please maintain the notes properly. Why maintenance of notes is important? Because every weekly basis, the notes may be asked for correction. Now, how do I correct on an online class? I have already asked you to download an app called Adobe Scan. If you have not downloaded, kindly download that scanner app. Okay, I will send you a small video where it will help you to know the usage of it. How do you use that? Okay, that I will share later, not now, later. So you will know what sort or how do you use that app, and you send me the notes for correction. Okay, so every week you're supposed to send me the notes, whatever in that week we have done, that all that notes are supposed to be reach me by Saturday through the scan app. Okay, I hope that is clear to everybody. Any doubts until here? Okay, that's nice. There's no doubts. Let's continue. So that was our first chapter, number system. Now going on to the next chapter, that is equation. Now in equations, let's see what all will happen. Now in equations, we have meaning of equations, types of equations. Okay, so we are going to first see a little theory, a very little bit of theory about what equation means and what are the types of equations. See, this subject is so nice that you will have a little application of this in your third semester, that is next year, when it comes to financial management. So mathematics, this basic mathematics will be applied in finance in any level of finance that you study. Okay, the basic level of finance or the advanced level, you will have a little bit of mathematics being involved. Okay, they don't particularly talk about maths there, but still application will be there. So equations, what is the meaning, types, and simple problems of these linear and quadratic equations. Okay, this chapter is also very nice to solve. You will just fall in love with the numbers here. Okay, that is the one nice thing about equations. They are very easy. There is particular method. Okay, it is 2 plus 2 is 4. It is 4. You cannot make it 5, right? So you will have to understand few particular methods, and then we are going to solve the problem in those methods only. Fine. So that will be your chapter 2. Okay, any doubts in chapter 2? Anything you wanted to ask? Okay, so shall we go for unit 3? Let's understand what is unit 3. Okay, so unit 3 is talking about percentages, ratios, and proportions. Particularly, this chapter is a commercial mathematics. Now, why commercial mathematics? We are slowly trying to, get commerce into here. Okay, next chapter is commercial mathematics, but there is an introduction to that commercial mathematics in this chapter. Now, what is this commercial mathematics? Okay, you would do lot of trading, business keep happening. You can see a nearby store, a provision store, or a vegetable vendor, or a bakery, or milk vendor. Anybody, any small shop that you see, they would also make some profit, right? So they are supposed to calculate percentage of profit, and in certain cases they would also use ratios and proportions. Okay, how much are we sharing? Now, ratios and proportions are widely used in your accounts, partnership accounts. You would have heard about partnership accounts. Okay, so we widely use ratios in partnership accounts. It's like inbuilt into partnership accounts. So much we use them. And proportions, you will also use them in accounts in few chapters. Here and there, 1-2 concepts you will use. And percentages are very, very important. Percentages are used in day-to-day life, and they're very simple. There are many types of percentages to calculate. There are certain theories to know. Simple problems will be given. Okay, please understand, we are not going into too much in-depth or too complicated problems. No calculus, there is no calculus involved in your syllabus. Okay, so these are simple basic concepts which will help you understand not only mathematics but also other subjects like accountancy, financial management, and others. Different types of accounts, we will be applying these things. Okay, so these are percentages, ratios, and proportions. These are basically used to divide anything between the people. Okay, you have 10 apples with you. How do you share it among 3 people? How do you share it among 5 people? Okay, so we are going to calculate all that in a simple problems. But then when we are applying it elsewhere, or let's say when we are applying it in accounts, we will use the account terminologies. Okay, so any doubts until unit 3? Did you all understand until here? No doubts. That's great. Nice. Now, let's go to the next chapter, that is commercial mathematics. Now, in commercial mathematics, it is purely involving, or let's say 100% involvement of trade happens. No, you would have known what is trade. Okay, just exchange of goods and services for some amount of money is called as trade. So here we are using that trade concept in the mathematics. Okay, so we are going to understand how to give discount, how to take discount, how to calculate interest. You would have heard about fixed deposit. Okay, now for fixed deposit, what type of interest will bank give? You will take a loan, what sort of interest will you pay for the loan? Okay, now in that again you have different types of calculation. If you're paying EMI, everybody knows about EMI, right? So if you're paying EMI for 1 year, what is the interest rate? For 3 years, for 5 years, for 8 years, 10 years, like that we are going to calculate the different types of interest calculations. Okay, you will mainly have simple interest and compound interest. Okay, so the simple interest and compound interest is the first part, and then you have a separate concept called annuity. Now in this annuity you will have many types of annuity, and here if you see it says only theory and there is no problems on annuity. So this annuity part is again easier for you to understand. We will solve 1 2 3 problems here, because for you to understand the concept of annuity, okay, just reading the annuity theory will not, you know, make you understand any of the concept. You would just have to memorize or by heart the annuity. Okay, we will hardly solve 1 or 2 problem under each type or overall annuity, so that you get well equipped with the concept. Fine. So that is your commercial mathematics. So what do we deal here? We deal with the trading part, business part completely, how to give discount, how to calculate interest, what are the types of interest, for which concept which interest is being calculated, all that we will be dealing in commercial mathematics. A very interesting chapter to deal with. Okay, there are different concepts, and problems are not too big. Okay, they're somewhere for your 5 to 6 marks you can expect these problems. Okay, so that is your chapter 4. Any doubts here? Okay, someone raised the hand. Any doubts, Lakshmi? Great, nobody has doubts. Now let's go for the last chapter. Just a second before that. Yeah, and there is someone called Mr. Bean in the class. Kindly change your name. If not, you will be removed out from the class. Now let's go to the next chapter and the last chapter. Okay, so the last chapter is talking about matrices and determinants. Now in matrices and determinants, you will have this matrices is a separate concept. So we will be learning what are matrices, where do we use matrices, and simple calculation of matrices. Okay, algebra of matrices means it's a very simple calculation of matrices. So what is going to happen with matrices is we'll just learn what is you know, the addition of matrix, the subtractions of matrices, and square of matrix, then inverse of matrix. Okay, and there is this Cramer's rule. Okay, so this Cramer's rule is very important in matrices. So we're going to learn about the Cramer's rule in matrices also. Okay, this is another the overall syllabus I can say is very simple for you, just that you're supposed to practice. The more you practice, the more you will be familiar with the concepts throughout. So everyday homework, you just have to solve more sums, whatever is given in the class. That will help you to you know, gain more comfortness with the subject. Fine. So that is your syllabus of business mathematics. Okay, any doubt, any part you want me to repeat again or anything? No. This is your number theory. Now going on further, first we will understand what are the types of numbers that we have. So the types of numbers, starting with natural numbers. Now natural numbers are every other number that you have seen, okay, starting with 1 2 3 4 until infinity, no matter how many ever numbers you have, all those numbers are called natural numbers. Okay, now how do we represent this natural number? Okay, how do we represent this? Sorry, how do we represent this natural number? We represent it by saying n is equal to, see, natural numbers n. Okay, n is equal to, you have a flower bracket. Okay, flower bracket, and then 1 2 3 4 and so on. Okay, first you will have a flower bracket. You open a flower bracket and then you write the counting numbers. It may be any numbers until 100, 1000, lakhs, crores, million, billion, anything you can write. Okay, so this is the representation of natural numbers. So what are natural numbers? Counting numbers like 1 2 3 4 5. Here you are not having any restrictions on numbers, or you have not put any rules on numbers. Okay, you start from 1 and then it goes on, and they are called as, now these natural numbers are also called as positive integers. Okay, now we will understand what is integers after a while, but these natural numbers, know that these natural numbers are called positive integers, and then it is represented by n is equal to, open the flower bracket and then add any counting numbers, and at last close the flower bracket. Okay, so this is your natural numbers. Any doubts in the natural numbers? Did you all understand? Okay, so let us go further for the next, whole numbers. Now whole numbers, after knowing what are natural numbers, let's understand what are whole numbers. Now whole numbers are natural numbers which starts from 0. Okay, in natural numbers you did not have 0, it started from 1, but in whole numbers it starts from 0 and then you add up all the natural numbers. Okay, so it is as easy as this. Now you see here you have a 0. Okay, you have a 0, and then from here it starts with natural numbers. Okay, so a whole number has all the natural numbers together with 0. Okay, now how do they represent this? Representation happens similarly like natural numbers. For natural numbers, what did they say? N is equal to flower bracket. Inside the flower bracket they were giving 1 2 3 4 and then so on. For whole numbers we represent it by W. Okay, whole numbers, the first letter here. Okay, W is equal to 0 and then natural numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6, and it goes on. Okay, so this is whole numbers. So let's just revise. First two, natural numbers are counting numbers which starts from 1 and then it goes on until any number that you want, and it is denoted by n. Okay, n is equal to, and then we write the numbers. Now coming to whole numbers, it starts from 0 and then it has all the natural numbers. So it starts from 0 and then we have all the natural numbers 1 2 3 4 5 and then so on. Okay, it doesn't end there, it goes on, and it is denoted by W. Okay, so these are the first two definitions. Any doubts in these definitions? Okay, so let's go on to the third definition. The third definition is integers. Okay, so the third definition is integers. Now integers, let's read them first. Okay, so let's read what are integers. The set of all positive integers, negative integers together with 0 is called a set of integers. Okay, now let's go back to the first definition. Natural numbers started from, you'll have to say me the answer. Started from when? From which number? Natural number starts from 1. Correct. Natural number starts from 1 and it is denoted by which letter? Which letter do we use to denote natural number? N. Very good. Okay, so capital N. Okay, do not use small n. It is capital N which they use always. Then coming to whole numbers, from which number does the whole number start? 0. Good. And what is the denotion? How do we denote whole numbers? Again, capital W. Okay, don't use small letters here, use capital letters. Fine. Now coming to integers. Very nice to see all of them replying. Please keep that up. Okay, now coming to integers, here what happens is you will be adding up positive numbers as well as negative numbers. Now you would have learned you have -1, -2 numbers also in the number system, right? So 0 will be the center number or the main number. Now apart from 0, on to the right side of 0 you have positive numbers, on to the left side of 0 you have negative numbers. Okay, so integers means it includes 0 and it also includes positive integers, that is +1, all these are plus, and then it also includes negative integers. So negative integers are -1, -2, -3. Now here you will have to be careful while writing example. 0 and then it starts from 1 on either side. Yeah, sure, I will repeat. Okay, it starts from 1 on either side. Okay, on to the right side it is +1, on to the left side it is -1. Okay, and then you have 2. Here it is +2 and here it is -2. Okay, and then you have +3 and to the left side you have -3, and then you have 4 and then -4. So integer is a set of, set means it's a group. Okay, it's a group of positive integers. Positive integers means you have positive numbers and you also have a negative numbers. Okay, that's why it's called positive integers and negative integers. Okay, so all of them will come together with a 0. Now you have positive numbers, you have negative numbers, and also you have a 0. So this together, okay, this complete set here is called integer. Fine. So this complete set of positive numbers as well as negative numbers along with a 0 is called as integers. An important thing is integers is denoted by the alphabet Z. Okay, Z is equal to, and then we write the integer set within the flower bracket. Okay, I hope that was clear to everybody. Anybody has doubt with integers? Everybody understood? Okay, that's nice. So before we go into the next type of numbers, let's revise this whole slide once again. Okay, now what are natural numbers? You can always type in the chat box. What are natural numbers? Natural numbers starts from 1 and they are counting numbers. Okay, counting numbers is important. Okay, starting with 1 and counting numbers. Now, how are natural numbers denoted? Okay, they are denoted by using capital N. Good. Now, next, whole numbers. What are whole numbers? Whole numbers starts from 0. Yeah, correct. Starts from 0, but after that you have all natural numbers. So it starts from 0 and then you have natural numbers. Good. Now, how is whole numbers denoted? W. Capital W is the denotion for whole numbers. Nice. Then coming to integers. Now, what are integers? What are integers? Okay, all positive and negative numbers along with 0. Very good. So it's a set of, see, you can derive a small formula for yourself here. You have positive integers. Okay, or let's take for example, yeah, 1 second. So you have positive integers, and then along with positive integers, you have negative integers, and then you have 0. Okay, positive integers, negative integers, 0. All these are together called as integers. And how it is denoted? Capital Z. Great, very good. So that means I can assume that everybody has understood these 3 types of natural numbers, or these 3 types of numbers. Nice. So let us go to the next type of number. Now, the next type of number is odd and even integers. Now here in the integers definition, we saw positive and negative. Now I hope everybody knows what is odd and even numbers. Okay, so odd numbers are those numbers which starts from 1 and then they have a difference of 2 between them. So 1 and then you don't have a 2, then it's 3 and then you have, oh sorry, it's a difference of 1 between each of the numbers. So these are odd numbers. We start from 1 and 2 is not considered. And again you have 3, 4 is not considered, 5, 6 is not considered, 7, 8 is not there, again 9. So this will become your odd numbers, which are also called as odd integers. I'm repeating it again. The odd integers are the numbers which starts from 1 and then there is a difference of 1 in between. So if you see here, you start with 1, 2 is not considered, then you have 3 and then again 4 is not considered and then you take 5 and then 6 is not considered and then you take 7, 8 is not considered and then you take 9 and so on. Okay, there's a difference of 1 always. Okay, I hope that is clear with the odd integers. Any doubts in the odd integers here? Fine. Now going on to the even integers. These are the even numbers which starts from 0. Now here is where the students make a little mistake with the confusions. So please understand, odd starts from 1, even starts from 0. Okay, even starts from 0. So even numbers starts from 0 and then you don't consider 1 and then you have 2 and then 4, 6, 8, 10 and so on. Okay, now here odd numbers, it starts from 1, and even number starts from 0. Okay, so odd integers and even integers. Now why are they called integers? What is the definition of integer? Integer includes both negative as well as positive numbers, right? So here these 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. Okay, let me erase these values here for your understanding. Okay, so these 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, these numbers are odd numbers. Now you can equally have the negative integers for these odd numbers also. Okay, similarly for the even integers also you can have the negative even integers. Now if you see here, -2, -4, -6, these are negative even integers. But the same thing here, if you have -1, -3, -5, -7, they are negative odd integers. Okay, let's revise this slide once again. Now we understood what are integers. Integers are a set of positive integers, negative integers along with 0. Right? Now coming to the odd and even integers. Odd integers starts from 1 and then it goes on with one difference in between. So 1 and then 3, 5, 7 and so on. Okay, so that is odd integers. Now in these integers, since they include both positive and negative numbers, you are supposed to consider both positive and negative numbers. And even integers starts from 0 and it goes on. Okay, so again here positive and negative integers. Okay, I hope that is clear to everybody. Anybody has doubts here? Quickly, we have very less time left. Everybody understood? Great. Okay, I shall send you this notes in the WhatsApp group where you can copy them later.